Hello and welcome to Rockingham. My name is Justin. I'm the owner of Team 53 and I partner with Coach Dave Academy and Impel Motorsports to bring you this week's Learn to Drive video for C-Fix trucks at Rockingham as part of iRacing's 2025 Season 2 Week 5 official series. If you guys can, make sure you like and subscribe. It does a ton to help my channel out. I'm a short track racer here from Wisconsin. Been on iRacing about 12 years, 7,500 overall I rating. So we're just trying to help some of you guys out, give a little bit of information that maybe you might have not known before about some of these tracks, and really help you guys get up to speed a little bit quicker. So Rockingham is going to be a cheese grater, and it's going to be incredibly important in a 43-lap C-fixed race to qualify up front. It's a super short race, I feel like, for this track, so you guys got to make sure that you're qualifying up front. And let's kind of dive in here. So we're going to head out of the pits. We're going to tire heat, gas brake swerve, left, right. We do it every single time. It really, really helps out. And then we're going to take lap one as just kind of a throwaway lap. Lap two is going to be our money lap. So lap one's a great time to talk about Impel Motorsports. They're a big supporter of mine. They're linked in the description below. If you guys are looking to upgrade your sim racing experience, they've got some great Moza products that are available, shipped nationwide. They also have real race car parts, so whether you drive a Bandolero, a Legend car, or a super late model, they can help you anything in between. So definitely help them out when we can. We'll go here, coming to white flag. We will go high here in 3 and 4 and get a good run, a nice head of steam coming. And then you see here, we kind of cut this front stretch a little bit, and I'm just about halfway down the track when we look here in the cockpit. We're pretty much halfway down the track, nothing super spectacular. Just trying to cut a little bit of distance so that way it's not quite as long around the track, but it still sets us up for a really good entry here into one, which I'm very conservative when it comes to my entry to one here. I lift and I brake kind of at the peak point, and then I just kind of roll the center, and I'm back in throttle super early in this corner. You can see inside wall, it's like this first timing line here after the corner, right across from basically pit stall 10, pit stall 9, pit stall 9. So we'll start to feed it a little bit of throttle, and then we'll drive it hard off. So it's a little bit of a diamond in the center, and then you want to try and straighten the car out, the truck out, to get a nice straight drive off. A lot of times guys will struggle exit a 2, and they'll get loose and they'll spin out here and wreck on the backstretch. And that's just getting on throttle a little bit too soon and having a little bit too much steering wheel in the truck. So just back that out and you'll be okay. We go down the backstretch, and then we're going to bottom feed here into the corner. So we turn in at the rock, and then we're going to start to lift and brake. And we want to bring this truck, and we want to get this left front as close as we can to the yellow line here in 3 and 4. And you'll start out there, and then you just throttle up, and you let the truck take you. If it takes you up higher, let it go higher. Don't really fight it. Just ride those bumps through the corner, and then after you get onto the front stretch here, cut the dog leg here all the way down to the apron, and it's going to save you about 3 to 4 100ths of a second. It got me a nice 23,893. So that's going to be really, really important that you guys are cutting the dog legs and kind of getting to where you need to and kind of going from there. So let's do it here in the cockpit. Here you go. So there is your lap in the truck. So then I went here and I did some race laps. And this set of laps here is really me moving around the track in a lot of spots. So we're going to look here. I actually want to show you guys this lap here because there's a pretty good slide coming off a 2 just to kind of show you. So we set up our race laps, and this is what will happen if you have too much steering input in. It just kind of steps out on you on exit, and you kind of chase it along the backstretch. You can see I was fighting it before I got to the wall. But it's like a tight, loose combo. You get so loose because, or you're so tight, and then you get loose because you're so tight. Once the car catches, it kind of floats you around a little bit here. So bottom feed line is pretty much the same as qualifying. We drive down, we're going to lift and brake. And only this time, now we're waiting until about the 5 pit to get back in throttle. So a little bit longer, get back in it, drive off, go down the back stretch, head for turn 3, lift. We're off it until you kind of get to the infield road course where you see that, the wall changes. And then it's a nice drive off. And this is going to be kind of the tire save, race trim bottom feed line. It's just going to be waiting a little bit longer on throttle than what you were before. And it's going to keep that right front under you, and it's going to allow you late in the race when everybody else is falling off to just be a fresh tire hero, and you'll be able to climb through. And use kind of our normal rubric that we've kind of been using all season long of about 2/10 slower than your fastest race lap is what you kind of want to back your race pace down to. So we're looking at that. Let's kind of fast forward here. I think I go high line here coming up. Yep, right here. So high line is going to look a little different. You go down here into 1, you're going to brake, but then you pitch it up. And the big thing that I have with running the high line is that you have to be aware of the car going up the track. So you kind of have to wait for that push up the track, and then we cut back down and drive off. And then we go down the back stretch into 3, let it push up, and this is where it's really easy to overdrive 3 on the top and get into the wall. So you really have to be careful with that. Same thing with exit of 3. The wall here, because it was built before the safer barrier was in, it really takes away a couple feet of race room that you really need on exit. There you can see. So my caution with the high line is just how easy it is to get into this wall and let it suck in. Where if you're down there on the bottom or even running in the middle, you don't really have that much of a problem. So definitely look at that if you're looking to run your lines. This week, I just don't have time to sit and show you guys the difference of 10 laps of lifting and stuff. I think by now, if you've watched any of my videos, you kind of understand the principle, you understand the concept that if you save your right front tire just by getting on a little bit softer, getting on a little bit later, that it's going to come around on the back end. So passing zones here, exit of 2 is a really good passing zone. I think it's probably the best passing zone on the track is exit of 2. You can defend yourself on the top here in 3 and 4 or second lane up. If somebody gets underneath you, you can usually ride through 3 and 4 here on the second lane and be able to defend by keeping them down. 1 and 2, it's a little bit harder on the top, but it's definitely doable. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. Join the Team 53 Discord. It's linked in the description below. Head over there. We will see you guys in the next video.